In this short instructional video, we'll be going through some of the new advanced table edit options that your senior level individuals will have access to when working within the PARCEL system. Now, when working with PARCEL, almost every user access role allows them the capabilities of creating and entering information into a table. These table parameters are preset based on the template so that you have the columns and rows and options that you would typically be used to seeing when creating that report. So here, for instance, in a standard table, we have the option of entering in free text in certain columns or having preset drop-down options for others. And for most situations, this will work just fine. However, there are situations either in one report or for a template moving forward that you'd like to make changes to tables. And with these new tools, you now have that capability. Individuals of a Project Manager Plus or Administrator roles will now see the settings icon above the tables, and by clicking on that, we'll open up the table settings area. Now there's a lot that can be done in this area, so we'll walk through a few of the key features here. First and foremost, the table header and footers are now editable right from this screen. For any of the columns or rows within the table, I can rename those right here on the fly. Can add or remove columns or rows simply by clicking on the icons here. By adding a row, I can just tell what I'd like the new column or row label to be and what that width should be as far as the overall page width is concerned. If I did have a table that was stretching all the way across the page previously, if I add additional width here, I'll need to then go ahead and remove it from some other areas so that the total width doesn't go more than 100. I can also choose to select what alignment my data appears when it's in the table itself. And I can drag and drop to rearrange rows or columns very, very easily. Now from here, once I'm satisfied, I can come down to the bottom and I can either save or preview my changes before I actually apply them to the template. By saving my changes, it'll apply it to my report and refresh the page so that I can see all those changes live and move forward. Now there are some more advanced options that we can apply to these tables as well. And as we saw previously, in some of the columns, we had the ability of having a drop-down option with multiple options there for the user to pre-select from rather than having to type in key info. With this new table edit capabilities, I can select the different data type to go into those cells. And as you can see here, we have a variety of options. With that drop-down option, I can select that, and then within the value indicator here, select what options I want the user to be able to select from. And just by putting one option per line when we save the table, we'll now see that as a drop-down option in the interface. Several of these other options add what we're calling validation. So if you are expecting an integer or a number or a date in a specific field, what we can do here is allow you to select the data type that you're expecting, as well as the format that you're expecting it in. And what that will do is, as a user, as I'm entering in the information, if I'm entering in incorrect information, for instance, if I'm trying to enter letters into a field that was designed to be a number, the interface will let me know that it's expecting a number in that particular field. It won't stop the user from entering in that different data type because we do not want to get in the way of getting a report out the door to your client, but the interface will help guide the user as to the expected type of data they're expecting to see, both in format, or if I was to select an integer or a number, I can actually say what I'm expecting the minimum and maximum to be for that particular field. So again, even if I am entering in the correct data type, if it's outside of that parameter, the system again is going to warn me. The last ones that we have here are things like a yes/no dropdown or a check and an X, allowing you to really control exactly what you're looking for, both in the input and the output of the final deliverable. Again, with any of these changes, I can preview how they would look on the page, or I can go ahead and save to make those changes to this one report. And then if I would like to, I can actually roll those changes to the template for all reports moving forward. As we can see now, we have our new dropdown that we entered, as well as our check-in X that we entered on the far side. As far as the date is concerned, it's telling me that it's expecting the date in a certain format. And again, if I was to save this, it's not going to stop me from entering that information, but it will have an indicator that it's not the correct info, so that I can go ahead, or my senior reviewer can go ahead and make that update. For any questions, please feel free to reach out to our support team. Thank you very much and have a great day.